Here now on the Political Fallout is Guy Benson, townhall.com political editor, Fox News contributor, and host of the upcoming Benson and Harf radio show, which I can't wait for myself. Guy, thank you for joining us. It seems like one of the smartest things that was done today, or that Rudy Giuliani said, was, well, he can't possibly even consider an interview or think about, anything having to do with the Mueller probe until after the North Korea meetings, because he's spending all of his time preparing for that. That's a really effective way to push things off. And also, if that's achieved, it's hard after that to then come after him when he's had this incredible achievement. Doesn't it make it more difficult?
Probably not from Mueller's perspective. Trump could have a great month or a terrible month, and Mueller would still march on doing his job. But I understand what Giuliani's probably aiming to do here. He's the new kid on the block and this team of attorneys, or at least one of them, and he's sort of the point man for negotiating with the special counsel's office about what Trump will or will not do vis-a-vis an interview with Bob Mueller. And what Giuliani's doing is sort of bargaining for time. They're still trying to figure out what the contours of an acceptable situation would be, whether it would be in writing or a limited period of time with limited scope, by saying Trump has on the front burner this potential blockbuster peace deal in Korea to deal with. He's signaling to the special counsel's team, let's keep talking. We're not in any rush. We've got big items on our agenda, big items on our plate. We are not going to be at your beck and call. So it's sort of, I think, a strategic tug here to reshape the playing field a little bit in the favor of the president, favor of the administration, which is what Giuliani's job is to do.
And then after that, they will have a blockbuster, negotiation going on with Iran. That's certainly the next thing on the list, is trying to figure out what to do with that deal. It seems like there isn't going to be a let-up. That's the whole point of not being able to go after presidents when they're in office. Although this, in theory, has to do directly with his work in office. Does it give, I guess, does Giuliani really want to drag it out a long time? If he could get a limited interview with answers in writing, is that better or worse than just indefinite trying not to do it?
Oh, I think definitely everyone involved wants this thing to come to a conclusion. It's been a cloud that has hung over Washington for well over a year at this point, and I think there's a general consensus. Let's see what the findings are and move on and let the chips fall. And so a rapid or, fairly expeditious conclusion is the right thing to do. I think what Giuliani's doing here is saying, let's not rush into a decision on what the president will or will not do with Mueller. Let's give ourselves a little bit more time to hammer out exactly what that's going to look like. And I'm going to keep fighting on behalf of the president as a bulldog while he's dealing with other more important things. That's the framing.
I want to ask you real quick about Hillary Clinton. You heard that soundbite where she's saying that, one of her biggest problems was that she's a capitalist. Yes, it's certainly true that she loves money, so I could see that part of it. Although she also loves big government, so I'm a little confused by that. People are talking about, why do people on the right keep talking about Hillary Clinton? She keeps going out and talking about why she lost the election. What's your take on this?
Yeah, the more theorizing that she provides in public about why she lost, which involves a lot of blaming and smearing, as we saw in that trip to India where she was really demeaning Trump voters. I mean, when a public figure of that magnitude comes out and opens her mouth constantly, of course people are going to talk about it. And it also helps Republicans because she's a very unpopular and divisive figure. I think that her point here is actually generally correct.
Yeah.
She never got the Bernie people fully on board with her because they resented the fact that she's not a full-blown socialist. And that's one of the tensions that I think will continue to roil the Democratic Party coalition for years.